I'm Jackie Willoughby, but I was Jackie Collins. I was born in 1946 in this house, actually. And that's a photograph of my grandma, my granddad and my Auntie Muriel. My granddad died when I was 52, in 1952. And he used to sit on a cracket at the side of the fire with me cousin on one knee and me on the other, and he used to tell us both stories. Now there's only me alive that remembers that because my cousin died a long time ago as well. My grandma was a matriarch. She was really the boss. People seemed to love her, but those of us in the family that really knew her knew she was a terror. But she made beautiful toffee, gorgeous toffee, never been able to replicate it or anything, but the toffee was beautiful. In this photograph here is of my dad and his 5 siblings, my Auntie Muriel, my Uncle Jackie, my Auntie Olive, who was a postwoman for a long time in Chopwell, my Auntie Audrey, my dad, and my Auntie Miriam, who was actually a postwoman in Sheffield. And my Auntie Muriel did a bit of a postwoman in Chopwell as well. None of them are alive now. My Auntie Muriel was the last to die. My Auntie Audrey, the youngest, has been dead more than 50 years. Her son died a year older than she was. She was 43 and he was 44. But it was a family that every Sunday you went to your grandma's, and because my mum's mum lived at Throckley, it was easier to go to my grandma than it was to go to see me nana, you know. But fights every Sunday. When I was little, they would be playing cards, somebody would cheat, the card table would hit the ceiling. That was the end of the game. But that was, you know, and they never all spoke together. My dad was the only one that never fell out with them. But all used to fight, and anybody in the family would tell you that. But they did. And this one here was taken in Coquet Street, and that's the girls' school behind me, and I must be 4 or 5 years old on that. And this one, I know how old I am on here, was taken in 1952. And this is Audrey Green of the bride. And Audrey's mum and dad had the dugout for years. My dad was barman for them. And then they left, we'll say 1955, something like that. And my dad went in 1958. My mum and dad were there till 1971 as steward and stewardess. This one here, I've jumped ahead, but this one here is my mum with me outside of Woods 3 Woodside Terrace, and there's another one somewhere. Oh, this one here. This is my mum with our ball and a pixie hat. Anybody in my age will recognise a pixie hat. That's me, and that's our Ron. For those of you that knew him, it was Ronnie Tyres. This one's after 1958 because it's in Balfour Terrace, and it's me Auntie Muriel, Keller the dog, our Margaret Jackson, and me mum. Where they were going, the pair of them were going, I don't know, but they both got their role. Well, they'd be called curlers in those days, curlers in. So these ones here are of the Pitman's first week's holiday at Caton Bay in 1958, and me Auntie Olive, me granny who broke her arm the day we got there, me Auntie Audrey, me mum, and because me mum and dad had just gone into the dugout, me dad couldn't take time off, me nana went with us. And there they are again, and that's Tommy Rain, and that's one of the shows, but I can't remember which one. It could be Danny, but I could be wrong on them. But we've got quite a few of this kind in the house. And this one here are the Jacksons. my Auntie Muriel, my Uncle George, my Uncle Ronnie and my Auntie Audrey. And all I can say is they were taken before 1969, because that's when my Auntie Audrey died. My mum and dad were married at St Mary's Church in Throckley on the 14th of July 1945. My Uncle Ronnie was best man. Ronnie Tyers, my Auntie Audrey, his girlfriend at the time, was chief bridesmaid. My mum's cousin was one of the smaller bridesmaids. My cousin was the little bridesmaid. Me Auntie Maggie, my mum's sister, and our Chrissy, my mum's cousin. And this one here, all I can think of is our June must have taken a flip, because she's not on it.